name is Marissa Zerflu, and I've been going to Mountain View Church for 2 years. In April of 2019, my youngest son, Gavin, who's 6 now, he started getting sick in the mornings, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. At first, we thought it might have been a blood sugar issue. After about 2 weeks of trying to take care of it myself, I took him to the doctor, and the doctor basically said, try give him more snacks, maybe it'll help level out his blood sugars, and just to keep an eye on him. We did that, and it did not help. His symptoms started getting worse, and nothing we did at that point was helping. On May 15th, the school called me that Gavin had been getting sick and wasn't feeling very well. I decided at that point I was just gonna go pick him up and go take him in and see if we can figure out what was going on. They ran blood work, they ran lab tests. He had no fever, all the tests came back fine. There was absolutely nothing wrong that they could find. Against our doctor's recommendations, I opted for a CAT scan. I wanted answers. The CAT scan came back that he had a mass on his brain the size of a ping pong ball. The very next day he had a full body MRI scan, and while the scan was happening, we got our first miracle. The neurosurgeon came in, and he wasn't even supposed to be at the hospital. He happened to be there for a class. He doesn't normally practice at that hospital. He's actually from Florida, and he decided to take Gavin's case. The neurosurgeon told us they had already scheduled Gavin's surgery for the very next morning. It was slotted to be a 5-hour surgery, and about 2 hours in, the doctor came out and said he was done. And I kind of panicked because there's still 3 hours left. And he said once they got in there and they opened his skull, they pulled the piece of the skull back, and the tumor basically just fell right out. At that moment, I knew that Jesus was standing right there next to him, holding his hand the whole time. So in the days after surgery, Gavin went through all his recovery. We did have some setbacks that he conquered like a warrior, but in God's own way, he allowed Gavin to walk across the stage for his kindergarten graduation 5 days after surgery. We're just so grateful for our friends and our church family and all of our friends that were praying for us. I'm just so grateful that we serve a God that continues to move mountains in my family.